Coach, I guess talk about the Ohio State offense. What do you see out of them, and what do they do best?
They use a lot of formations and spread the field and isolate their athletes one-on-one in matchups that they like. And a very good running team, very complete offense. Runs, play action, passes. Very diverse formationally and very talented.
To kind of piggyback off that, JT Barrett, what makes him so special?
Well, he's obviously must be a really good leader for him. That's probably where it starts, just knowing how most quarterback-intensive offensive systems are. He's a very accurate passer. He seems very, very poised and can make things happen with his feet, or he can just stand back there and set up in the pocket and throw. And he's very accurate on all of his throws, short, intermediate, deep, and he's also a very, very accomplished runner, as you guys know. They're going to run the quarterback in that system, and very, very elusive and big and strong and powerful and effective at what he does.
Jay, just to tap one quick loose end before I ask about Ohio State. Did you catch up to Nick before the bus left?
My son Ben that
Ben,
played,
Ben,
yeah,
sorry.
yes, correct. Yes, I was able to. We spoke for a few minutes down outside the locker room before they headed out to the airport, so that was good.
And as far as now, you saw these guys last year. Do you see? Does it look different on film? Just the fact that this year they committed to JT as opposed to last year they were kind of going back and forth with their quarterbacks. Do you see any difference in that? The fact that they definitely have one guy now.
Well, I think if you settle in on one guy, probably it takes a little bit of the anxiety out of things. It's hard to say unless you're on the inside, right in the middle of all that. But I would just assume that probably without having as many balls to juggle at that position, they probably feel like they're better, more in sync. They look a little different offensively this year than they did last year schematically. More runs, a little bit more quarterback run, a lot of moving tight end, yo sets as we call them, different things like that. But it's not drastically different, but a little subtly different.
Jay, the way I'm sure some of your colleagues tried to pick your brain last week about Iowa, have you tried to pick Drew's brain? He was part of that offense, or Coach Ash, or anybody? Are there any resources? So many Ohio State guys here.
Well, Coach Ash obviously defended it in spring practice and fall training camp and all those types of things. So, Drew will be a great resource too. But Coach Ash is going to be, like every week, very involved in the game planning and our thought processes. And we've already begun those discussions, and we'll carry them on throughout the week. But certainly, his firsthand experience at working against that offense will be important in the preparation this week.
What's your confidence level in Darnell Davis replacing Quanzell, and how does that change your defensive line rotation overall?
Well, Darnell's played well. He's had quite a few snaps under his belt, and you're never as good without a guy as you are with a guy. So we hate to see Q not being able to play. He had gotten off to a really good start, but Darnell's played well, and now he's just going to have to play well more often.
Jay, how was the defensive line rotation? How was it working in practice yesterday? What did you see from them without Quanzell and Darius getting hurt on Saturday? What did you see from the guys on Saturday?
Well, yesterday's practice was pretty light. Sundays we don't generally go out for very long, and we're pretty limited with what we do. We spend a lot more time actually in the passing game and pass rush per se, some nickel and sub package work, stuff like that. We work our 2-minute offense and defense. So. We'll have a lot better answers to those questions as we get deeper into the week, in all honesty, Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll get more into the first and second down, control downs, as we call them, where those guys are going to be more in their regular rotations.
Coach, what concerns you most about JT Barrett's mobility? Is it the fact that he get out of the pocket and pass, or he could actually run downfield and score and make big plays with his feet?
Well, both concern you. I'm not sure you worry about one less than the other, or more one than the other. Picking up yards and making first downs, however you do it, is always a concern. He's just got to figure out, by down and distance and situation, what you're trying to take away. And if you've done that on that particular play and you get beat by a different facet of their offense, and you just have to live with that. And that's the thing when you play against a team like Ohio State that has so many different weapons. People say, well, how do you go about trying to stop them? Well, you have to decide down by down, situation by situation, what you're trying to take away. And if something else hurts you, then you just, you got to make adjustments.
Coach Ash seems to, be like an all business kind of guy, and I know, you had some extra layers of emotion last week. He's obviously returning to Ohio State. Do you still kind of see all business? I mean, just what do you see in him, even with that contact?
I don't see any difference in him today than last Monday or any other Monday. It's all been the same. I'm sure there's going to be some of those feelings and emotions come out for him, as we get later in the week, and particularly on Saturday. That's just going to be a natural part of the process. But coach is the same guy every day, and I think we'll have our preparation ready, and he'll deal with those things very well, I'm sure, when Saturday gets there.
All set?
Okay, thank you.